Hello dear students of class 7 and welcome to another online class of general knowledge. Today we'll be starting the 5th lesson from your general knowledge book, National Parks of India. Now children, before you people get any ideas, let me tell you these are not the kind of normal parks we have in our area where you can go for roaming and strolling and where there are equipments for kids to play with, right? Having said that, I would like to also share with you a thought of Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi once he said, Earth has everything for our need, but not everything for our greed. This is what was said by Mahatma Gandhi. Earth has everything for our need, but not everything for our greed. What he actually wanted to tell us was that as long as we need something in right quantity, the earth has sufficient resources to provide it. But once we get greedy about it, once we want it more than required, then earth cannot provide us all that. The resources are going to perish. Same is the case with our wildlife. Dear children, once upon a time, our country was teeming with wildlife. And when I say teeming with wildlife, what I want to tell you is that we had very rich flora, that is plant species, and very rich fauna, animal species. It was in teeming numbers, okay? And we were actually readily using it for our own cause and satisfactions, for our own cause and needs. But later on, as the demand for those wildlife grew internationally, as the demand for those herbs and shrubs with medicinal properties grew internationally, we got greedy. We started interfering with the natural wildlife. We started destroying forests. We started cutting off trees indiscriminately. We started killing off wildlife just for fun and sport, or maybe for some of their parts. So what happened? Today we have less and less of that. Let me give you a small example, dear children. Once upon a time, in Sundarban forests alone, and I am talking about Sundarban forest of West Bengal, there alone there were more than 1,00,000 tigers. Today, all over the country, we have only 1,411 tigers. You can get the idea how difficult the situation has become, or how drastic or dangerous the situation has become for wildlife survival in our country. Every day, one or the other wild animal is killed, and just for its parts. A whole elephant is killed just for its tusk. A whole tiger is killed just for its tooth or claw or skin. Now children, think about it. Someone comes to you and someone tells you, hey, I'm going to kill you because I want your teeth. Does that make any sense to you? Of course not. But here we are as humans killing an entire creature of nature just for one or two of its parts. Birds, which are supposed to survive only in their particular forest habitats, are trapped and sold in cages, and we happily buy them because we think they are colorful and beautiful. We don't give a single thought that once they are out of their forest habitat, they won't survive. Today, there are so many diseases which we don't know the medicine of. But if we are to study ancient Ayurveda, you will come to know that there were actually medicines in the form of herbs. We were the ones who destroyed them for our greed. So dear children, time is asking for imminent, I am repeating it, time is asking for imminent interference on our part as well as government in order to protect the remaining wildlife and the endangered species of our country. And when I say endangered species, I mean those animals and plants which are on the verge of extinction. They can get extinct very quickly. Now, on our part, what we can do is we can stop buying animal products. Once we stop buying animal products, it's obvious the poachers, the illegal hunters who are involved in hunting and selling of these wildlife creatures will automatically have no business and they will stop hunting. And on the part of government, what government has done, dear children, is government has set up wildlife conservation areas in three forms. The three forms of wildlife conservation areas are wildlife sanctuaries, national parks, and biosphere reserve. Biosphere reserves. Now, all these three places, wildlife sanctuaries, national park, and biosphere reserves, are wildlife, or you can say nature conservation areas set up by the government. And all these three areas, they serve similar purpose only: protection of wildlife, conservation of wildlife and nature. Now, dear children, what is common in these three is that there are two similarities, you can say. Number one, like I told you earlier, all these three are built for single purpose, that is protection of wildlife. Secondly, they prohibit hunting. Hunting, cutting of timber is totally prohibited, banned in these areas. You go out there and you try to do something like this, you'll either be arrested or you'll be shot by the police officers. In fact, if you want to visit these areas even for sightseeing, you need to get prior permission, and you can go in only when you are escorted by the forest officials themselves, so that you don't fall in trouble with the wildlife. Now, dear children, still there are poachers or illegal hunters, like I told you. They get around the security of the forest, they go in, they lay snare or traps, okay, or they wait there for some valuable wildlife to come up and they kill it or trap it. If they have trapped it alive, they sell it. If they kill it, then they take only few of their part, maybe skin, maybe tooth, maybe claw, and then they sell it in the market. Just think about it. Like I told you earlier, someone killing you just for one or two of your parts, or someone snatching you away from your habitat, that is your home, and selling you to an unknown place where you are going to be caged forever. If it doesn't make sense to us humans, how can we expect it to make sense to or be suitable for the wildlife? Now, dear children, having said that, today we will be going through the second conservation area, that is national parks. Now, national park, dear children, national park is a relatively large area of land sea or freshwater protected by the state for conservation of wildlife. Okay, so let's read first of all the definition of national park. National park is a relatively large area of land. Mostly it is land area, but occasionally, sometimes it can be an area of sea or freshwater also, which is protected by the state for conservation of wildlife. So basically, wildlife is protected in this very large area by the state, or you can understand by the government. Not only that, dear children, they protect wildlife in their natural habitat. They protect wildlife in their natural habitat. Understood? It means they protect wildlife in their own surroundings. They don't take out wildlife from their forest or from their surrounding and take it somewhere else. They simply make sure that no poacher or no timber smuggler gets to enter the area. There is zero human interference. Forest officials, they keep eye on the activities of animals from far or using equipments through which they don't have to make contact with the animals, and they simply monitor their activities, but they don't interfere in their way of life. That way animals are not only conserved, they get to maintain their wild way of life. Now dear children, with this I hope you understand what a national park is, because now we'll be moving to the exercise part. Now dear children, exercise part is relatively simple. You are given the name of national park, animal protected, and state. Okay, I built up a table. Okay, there is name of national park, animal protected, and state. So let's see how it goes. Like first one, number one, Dachigam National Park. Dachigam National Park. Animal protected is Hangul. Animal protected is Hangul. Hangul is a type of endangered species of deer. Okay, and this particular Dachigam National Park is located in Jammu and Kashmir. Jammu and Kashmir. Okay. Second one we have is Kaziranga National Park. Kaziranga National Park. Okay. Here, one horned rhinoceros is protected, and this is in Assam. Kaziranga is in Assam. Then you have number 3, Jim Corbett National Park. Jim Corbett National Park. It protects Royal Bengal tiger. Now children, let me tell you this from my side. Jim Corbett was one of the very famous hunter and environmental activist of our country. He came during the British rule. He was tasked with killing the man-eaters. You know, sometimes when tigers, they get very old or they have some injuries due to which they cannot hunt other animals, faster animals, they turn to killing and eating humans. We become easy prey. So in order to hunt such animals and protect humans, Jim Corbett, who was a very well-known hunter that time, he was called from London. And when Jim Corbett came here, he killed many tigers and protected the people of the villages. But remember, he only killed those who were man-eaters. He never killed any tiger for fun or sport. And later on, he became an environmentalist who was hell-bent on protecting the dwindling number of tigers in our country. In his honor only, this particular national park is known as Jim Corbett National Park. And this one is in Uttarakhand. Uttarakhand. Then we have Gir National Park. Gir National Park protects Asiatic lions. It protects Asiatic lions and it is located in Gujarat. Gujarat. Then you have Bandhavgarh National Park. Bandhavgarh National Park. Bandhavgarh National Park. It protects white tiger. It protects white tiger and it is located in Madhya Pradesh. It is located in Madhya Pradesh. Bandhavgarh National Park protects white tigers, a very rare species of tiger, and it is in Madhya Pradesh. Then you have number 6. Periyar National Park. Periyar National Park protects Asian elephants. Asian elephant, and it is located in Kerala. Periyar National Park that protects Asian elephant is located in Kerala. And then you have the last one, number 7, Bandipur National Park. Bandipur National Park, which protects Indian bison. Indian bison, and is located in Karnataka. So dear children, these are 7 national parks of our country, the animals they protect and the state they are found in. Now dear children, your homework will be to note it down in the notebook and learn it by heart. For reference, I'll also be providing you the board pic. You'll have to solve it in your GK notebook and keep it updated. Thank you very much. Stay safe.